this year for the first time we took our caravan on a ferry. Our destination? Ireland. Known for its vibrant history, stunning scenery, warm hospitality and hearty food, we were definitely in for a treat. So come with us on this Irish adventure and make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos in this series. In this video, we visit the picturesque coastal town of Kinsale and discover just why it is such a gem of the Emerald Isle.
Welcome to Kinsale, culinary gem of Ireland and the start of the Wild Atlantic Way.
If you're planning a trip to the southern tip of Ireland, maybe a drive on the Wild Atlantic Way or even headed for the Ring of Kerry, then Kinsale is a fantastic place to come. Known for its beautiful food, its stunning views and rich history, it's definitely worth a specific place on your itinerary.
We visited Kinsale while staying at Blarney Caravan and Camping Park. It was about a 45-minute drive from site. Kinsale is a vibrant, colourful coastal town 25 kilometres from Cork City, the gateway to West Cork, and depending on the direction you travel, it's also the start and finish point of the 2,500 kilometre coastal Wild Atlantic Way.
We had a fun day of exploring planned, so first on our list was something to fuel our adventures. We've come to the Lemon Leaf for a bite to eat, which is the go-to place for some scrummy brunch when in Kinsale.
I am starting off with this absolutely delicious protein shake.
I've gone for eggs royale.
And I have gone for the pancakes and it all looks absolutely delicious. I did have a little bit of food envy when I saw Mac's Eggs Royale, but these pancakes are absolute perfection. There's like a warm cinnamon flavour and the pecans with it. Delicious. That might be the word of the trip. Delicious.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. Now, there was a little bit of a queue when we arrived, but if that's the case when you go, stick it out. There's plenty of tables, it turns over quickly, and you will not regret it. Superb place to eat.
Home to many independent boutiques, nearly 50% of which are female-owned, Kinsale has an abundance of shops to explore, selling everything from fashion, jewellery, art, photography, and handmade chocolate. My favourite was this bookshop, promising books and coffee during the day and books and wine in the evening. Kinsale has a rich history, and one of its most interesting residents was pirate Queen Anne Bonny, born in 1698 and one of the few recorded female pirates of the golden age of piracy. Her life is commemorated on Kinsale's stony steps, a colourful addition to the Kinsale kaleidoscope. The steps feature the line, "Well-behaved women seldom make history," a rallying cry for women ready to defy the norm like Anne Bonny. If you love history, there is not one but two forts here in Kinsale to explore.
And we are on our way to Charles Fort via this very scenic bayside path known as the Silly Walk.
No, not that kind of silly. It's spelled with an SC. watched quite a few videos about Kinsale on YouTube in preparation for our trip, and on almost every one where people had walked this route to Charles Fort, they'd been greeted by a beautiful white cat, and I was so looking forward to seeing him. And he's not here. I'm very disappointed.
Charles Fort is one of the finest surviving examples of a 17th century star-shaped fort. Construction began in 1678 and it continued in military use by the British Army until 1922. From its commanding position, this formidable structure was associated with some of the most important events in Irish history. We arrived just in time for a free guided tour, which we really recommend. The tour guide gave some fascinating insight into the history of the fort and what life was like for the soldiers garrisoned there. Our favourite story was about the married quarters, where many husbands and wives shared one room with other soldiers, merely divided by a modesty curtain. Visitors today can enjoy stunning views over the ramparts of Kinsale town and harbour and explore 20 acres of the ruins, grounds and exhibitions. This has got to be one of the best castles or forts that we've visited. It's absolutely huge. You could get lost exploring here for hours and the kids would love it. But they do warn you not to climb on the walls as it's quite breezy and a quick dip in the ocean is on nobody's cards. Also great, there's a cafe, there's toilets, there's an exhibition centre as well. So this is a fantastic place to come, especially on a gorgeous day like today.
Well, I think my wall climbing days are over anyway. There are some people in the ocean having a dip. I mean, it's lovely and sunny, but I'm not quite sure I'm up for that.
The fort is open year-round, admission costs €5 per adult, and there is also a cafe for snacks and light bites.
On the opposite side of the harbour, you can walk to the ruins of James Fort for some great views of Kinsale and Charles Fort.
Kinsale might just be the most colourful town in Ireland. It's certainly the most colourful and vibrant place we've visited. Many of the buildings lining the winding cobblestone streets are painted in bright shades of orange, blue, pink, and they're full of character. There's a couple of great places to get ice cream in Kinsale, and we went to the Good Dairy Company. It happens to be their very first day in business today. They are a farm to fork ice cream producer. Their dairy farm is just 6 miles outside of Kinsale. And I've got to say, pretty good. What flavour did you get?
I got pistachio, which is my top favourite ice cream flavour, and hazelnut latte. That ice cream was absolutely delicious, and what a stroke of luck turning up on their first day of business, and amazing to find a brand new ice cream parlour in Kinsale from an established dairy farmer, and check out the view that we had while we were eating our ice creams. I mean, can't get much better than that, can you? Originally a medieval fishing port, the secure, deep harbour has always been of great importance and is now the perfect place to explore Kinsale from the water. We didn't have time on our trip, but we would have loved to take a boat tour to explore the coastline or a tour of the harbour.
Now, Kinsale is known as the Gourmet Capital of Ireland for good reason. There are over 50 eateries to choose from, so the biggest challenge we had was picking which one to try.
There are so many restaurants in Kinsale. There is something to please every palate and tickle every taste bud. We absolutely adore seafood, and we heard that Fishy is the best place to hit up. So that's where we've come for some dinner. Now, we were having far too much fun enjoying our delicious dinner to film much, but we started with the most divine dark brown bread made with Murphy's stout. This was followed by lemon and sweet garlic hummus with smoked paprika crisps and wild mushroom and chive arancini. For mains, Mac chose the traditional fish and chips, perfectly cooked and super fresh. I ordered the roast fillet of hake with a deliciously fragrant leek and pea risotto from the Daily Specials board. We were absolutely stuffed to the gills, so opted to skip dessert in favour of an espresso and refreshing cup of mint tea. All in all, an absolutely delicious meal.
Our day in Kinsale has now sadly come to an end, and it feels like we've just scratched the surface of this amazing town, so we're definitely going to come back again.
If you're visiting Ireland, we absolutely recommend that this fantastic town has a spot on your itinerary. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.